So what's going on, everybody? OJ Robo here, and welcome to Minecraft, another hardcore playthrough this time. After the first one got deleted anyway. But let's just call it recorded found footage. Okay, I hope it's not lagging too much. Yep, everything seems to be normal. I think we spawn in a rare biome too. Because I think ice spikes is pretty rare. But there's no trees. So this sucks. I mean, this doesn't suck, it's cool, but what's the point? There's nothing for me to do here yet. Hello, bunnies. I also don't have food. I need to find... Oh my god, I'm like in the thick of it, aren't I? Oh, shite. There's polar bears already. I see trees. But I don't really like snow biomes, so I'm gonna try and find something better. Because this just sucks, doesn't it? I mean, for some reason, the cyberspace music does make this a lot more epic for some reason. Even though Minecraft is probably one of, if not the most relaxing game out there. Besides like Stardew or something. It's like Stardew Valley. Oh my, I forgot how fast you get hungry in this. By the way, I did want to play with mods like last time, but when I tried to start up the game with those, the game was just like, nope, sorry. We can't load the mod for you. And I'm like, why not? And the game was just like, oops, we accidentally crashed. And it was really annoying. I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. Because I wanted to do like random origins like I did last time. But you know, maybe I should just experience the normal hardcore for once and not constantly be carried by my OP-ass abilities, but also my disadvantages. To be fair, the last origin I had, I don't think it was that... The disadvantages weren't really that bad. Because all I couldn't do was eat vegetables, and I could only eat meat, I think. And I had like 2 less hearts. But I had a button that gave me speed 1 and strength 1. Like, of course it had a cooldown for like a little bit. But you could see the meter build up. And you could just keep activating it as much as you want. So, I feel like I was a bit too OP'd there. And now I just need to freaking survive. Alright. Speed crafting. Okay, pickaxe. I also need some sustenance. Quick. Ah, yes, perfect. Well, not perfect. Could be better, but... I mean, these are... Ow! These are all I have at the moment. Frick. Stupid ass. Here we go. Bop, bop, bop. Ow! Frick. Frick. Okay. I mean, I need something to eat, and this is the closest I've got. I feel like I'm gonna die immediately because I don't have a... Ooh, a rabbit died. Well, I'm gonna just get its flesh, I guess. Okay, this is probably not safe to do already. I mean, I'm going into a cave when I'm not even that well equipped. I mean, from the looks of it, there aren't mobs. Last time I've played hardcore, I played it extremely safe, which is probably what I should do right now as well. But too safe is also kind of boring, don't you think? Okay, so first things first, I am gonna be a little safe and block off the lava. That I won't die a horrible fiery death. Okay, there's some iron. I know it's one piece, and not the anime, but I'm getting there. I'm probably giving a lot of people anxiety already, and including myself. I should not be doing this much risky stuff. I'm literally standing right next to lava. Okay, so I'm gonna grab this coal. Right, I'm dipping. If there's one thing that high hardcore YouTubers told me, don't do risky stuff for no reason. Because I only have stone tools, no armor. Gonna organize my inventory real quick. Throw this out. And now let's go. I need to find a better biome. Okay, I see pumpkins. I can take those. Wait, I think I see... Yep, that's the biome I need to be. I really hope it's recording well. Otherwise, I'm kind of fucked. Hold up, what's over there? Planes! Yes, that's exactly what I wanted. And that's not a joke. That is exactly what I wanted. I also see a polar bear, and I'm kind of afraid he's going to charge me. Because he has a kid. And all I know about polar bears that have babies with them in Minecraft is that they will just choose violence if I get too close. Okay, back out. I'm too scared of the polar bear. Ooh. I love this song. Alright, let's go. Plains biome. Or not plains, it's... No, that's not plains. Well, it technically is, but it has mountains, so... Not so plain after all. I can't even repeat it. Anyways... what I'm planning to do for these recordings of Minecraft, I don't know actually. I'm just gonna play the video game and try not to, at least not die in a dumb way, even though I'm very good at that. No. I will do stuff like, strip mine and stuff off screen. Like, I'll just mine off camera, because mining, at least in my opinion, every time I watched another person like mine when I'm watching their video, I usually just skip through until they get back out. Ooh, sheep. I actually need sheep. I want a bed. Then I don't have to deal with mobs already. I know I should have made shears, but this is an emergency. I need to get the wool fast as possible. The sun is almost down. I don't want to deal with mobs the first day I've been in here. Yes. There you go. Bed. There you go. Okay, where's the bed? Bed. Okay, there you go. Progress. By the way, I can just share opinions during this playthrough. I feel like that could be pretty fun to do. By the way, I feel... Why do I have to put on a freaking warning? If you don't like other one's opinions, then don't watch this. Is that convincing enough? Anyways, what I wanted to say was my first, probably very hot, actually extremely hot take that I want to tell you guys. If I'm bored, I'm usually watching like someone making like a Sonic Games tier list to see what games they put in S or lower or stuff like that. I just want to hear other people's opinions about it. But this is going to be very hot take. Everybody puts games like Sorry for the yawn. Everybody puts Adventure, Adventure 2, and Heroes either extremely high or just straight up at the top of S tier. And this is gonna probably offend a lot of people. But Sonic Adventure 1 through 2 and Heroes are not that great of games, and I'm tired of pretending they are. Okay, look. Before everybody raises their pitchforks at me and wants to kill me for what I just said, hear me out first. Sonic Adventure probably has the most right to being up there, but he still doesn't deserve to be that high because, let's be honest with yourselves, the only fun gameplay that's in that game are the Sonic sections. That's the most fun you're gonna get out of the game. Tails is just pretty much carbon copy of Sonic. You just race a very, very bad and very unchallenging NPC. And Knuckles' treasure hunting is probably the second most fun. But even then, it's treasure hunting, so it's not the most fun that you can have. Amy's is probably one of the worst, because she's slow as dick and really annoying to use. And it's Amy, so who would want to play as her the whole game, whole adventure? Gamma is very, very short and also not that engaging. It's just you holding B and shooting. And last but not least, you have Big, and we all know what Big is like, right? We all know that Big is not like, doesn't have a good fishing minigame. So, I don't think it's that good. I really don't. I really, really don't. And I'm tired of and Super Sonic is just a final boss. So you do play as Sonic, so that's good. But if the whole reason you put a game in S tier is because, like, maybe a minimum of 35% of the game is extremely good and the rest all sucks, it doesn't deserve the S tier. Sonic Adventure 2 has the same example. People are like, oh, it's just like Adventure 1, but it's my first Sonic game and it's so good and I love it so much, that's why I'm putting it in S tier and not lower, blah blah blah. And then you realize that the game really hasn't aged that well. It has a lot of bugs, and I know a lot of Sonic games have bugs, but hear me out. It has the same issue it has with Adventure 1. It does have less storylines, but the best part of Sonic Adventure 2, and everyone agrees with this, at least, or not everyone maybe, but I know at least more than 75% of the community agrees with this. Sonic Adventure 2 is hard carried by the Sonic and Shadow levels. Hard carried. And the problem is, it probably is the gameplay style with the least amount of stages in the whole game. Shadow only has like 3 or 4. And I know Sonic has a lot, but it's still not enough to make you say like, oh, the game is S tier. Because nobody likes treasure hunting in that game because it only has 1 emerald piece at a time, which sucks. You have Mad Space and Meteor Herd with Rouge and Knuckles. Those levels suck ass. The music slaps, at least for Knuckles. But Mad Space is extremely annoying. I don't like it whatsoever. And then the Eggman and Tails levels are so boring. All you do is you hold B, scan the enemies, and just shoot. Even the little Eggman and Tails encounters, you really much... I know you have to like time your shots and stuff and like aim, but it really just boils down to you moving towards them and pressing the B button. Like, I don't make the rules, that's just how it is. And Adventure 2, like, the only good things about that game is the darker story. The new introduced characters are cool. The Chao Garden and the Sonic and Shadow levels. But that's like, at least like 55, at best 55% of the game. Like, at best. And the rest is all stuff that's either very mediocre, unnecessary, or boring. And look, the Supersonic fight's cool, the music slaps so hard, but still, it's the gameplay that matters the most in playing a video game. You want to have fun while playing the game. And if 2 of the 3 gameplay styles are not fun at all, what's the point in putting it in S? And it doesn't deserve it. It deserves it to be there. Same with Sonic Heroes. Sonic Heroes doesn't have the same problem. It just has the we wanted the game to be longer, so here, let's play the same game 4 times. Like, the Sonic story in Heroes, at least from what I've seen, because I want to still play the game, but from what I've seen and heard, I've seen a lot of Sonic Heroes content, so I kind of feel like I know a little bit of what I'm talking about. And that is that the Sonic story is objectively the most liked storyline, because it's just how it was supposed to be. It's just a normal adventure. The team mechanic is cool. I like the leveling up system. The levels, really unique. I've heard that the game is slippery as balls, so that's very annoying. So that already doesn't deserve to make it S. And I love the fact that there's more characters, but the Sonic story is the only thing worth playing. Team Dark is just the same game but longer, and I really don't want to play a longer version of a game that I just played a few minutes ago. Team Rose is extremely boring because of the fact that it's so short and easy, and Team Chaotix is from what I've heard, the most tedious thing that has ever existed in the Sonic series. All those levels where you have to do specific tasks can be fun, but compared to compared to Team Sonic's story, it's very lackluster. And then the final story, it's cool what they did with Metal Sonic, but just how they decided to pad the game is just not fun. You play the exact same game 4 times with just a tiny differences except for Chaotix, and those changes are shite. It's not fun at all. Team Blast, love that mechanic though. Special stages, banger, and has a banger soundtrack including the special stages, but the special stages themselves, from what I've heard, are the worst controlling levels in any Sonic game. So if you're born in the age where your first games were Adventure 1, 2, or Heroes, it's like a freaking nostalgia puppy that just clings onto you and just won't fucking let go. It's like, and because of it, people can't see the good in the games like Colors, or maybe hell, even Unleashed, or Frontiers, or don't see how freaking Sonic 06 could have had potential, or see that Forces was a mediocre game, but it wasn't one of the worst in the entire freaking franchise. Like, okay, I have an opinion on Forces which might shock you guys. I don't think it's the worst Sonic game in the whole series. It's bad, but Sonic Forces was just okay. But that doesn't mean that it's awful. Like, Secret Rings without the upgrades, or 06 with all the glitch, or Boomrise Lyric. That's probably the worst one in the whole franchise. But I think Sonic Forces was just okay. But back to the point, people can't see that those games actually have good elements to them, but they're such big nostalgia junkies that they're like, no, any game that's not like Sonic Adventure 1, 2, or Heroes is a bad game. And I'm like, dude, people who hate on games like Frontiers, which probably is one of the best things that have happened to the series since freaking, like, I would say either Sonic Colors Generations, or maybe all the way even back to, like, Unleashed. Like, that was one of the best games in the Sonic series. I'd honestly put Frontiers above 1, 2, and Heroes any day. I would just put that game above those games easily, especially with the new updates that are coming out. And the first update being this fun and good. I would say it's probably going to be the best Sonic game of the whole series. But those nostalgia junkies from Adventure 1, 2, and 3 are like, yeah, but where is the freaking multiplayer kit? Where's the serious story? Where's the freaking non-boost gameplay where you just press the spin dash button 50 times because that's your fastest option? I don't get why people can't see how good some games are, because they're so attached to their nostalgia dreams. And I'm sick of pretending that those games are S tier when they're clearly not. Look, I would put, if I were to put it in a tier list, I would put Adventure 1 probably in, like, either high A tier because it was the first 3D Sonic game, and for the first attempt it was really good. But I won't put it in S, I'll put it like in high A, Adventure 2, I'll probably bump that to like a high B tier, and Heroes will probably be like in a mid B tier. Like, like in the middle of B tier. I don't think they deserve to be that high up. Because people who are born in like the Boost era, like me, we can see, for example, I grew up on Sonic Rush and Colors. And even now, I can see those games have serious flaws sometimes. Sonic Rush could be extremely unforgiving with the bottomless pits. Blaze's gameplay is also just the same. It's like, and she just plays a little differently, which I do kind of like. The music is really good, but still, it could have aged better. And Colors has an amazing soundtrack, but I also know that the game having 6 acts per zone, and those acts not being that unique, it's also a pretty bad decision. Also, the fact that it's short is also bad. So I can see criticisms in games that I grew up on. But for example, some people who grew up on Adventure just won't shut up about how it's the best game in the series when they're really only referring to the Sonic levels. For example, or in Sonic Adventure 2, only the Sonic and Shadow levels. And then when you ask them about the other gameplay styles, they're like, oh yeah, they were fine. But they really just want to talk to you about the Sonic levels, because those were just the most fun part of the game. And I know people are like, yes, but Frontiers also has cyberspace, and that also isn't the best thing. That also isn't the most fun. Or the open world isn't the most fun. But it isn't like Adventure, where it's all just like separated in a whole bunch of different gameplay styles. They take 2 and they run with them. Frontiers does. They take 2 gameplay styles, open zone, cyberspace, and they run with them. And fishing, but that's just a very minor... It's way better than Adventure. So I don't get why those nostalgia junkies can't see the greatness in those games. And I'm sorry if you are offended with what I said, but I don't think a game deserves to be S tier if only a tiny percentage, not even over half of the percentage, is good and the rest all sucks. I can't. And it makes me so furious when I see people put those kinds of games in such high tiers, because they don't deserve to be there. And to be fair, I am a little biased because I do compare them to later games in the franchise. Those games are like Sonic Team's first attempts at making a 3D game. But that doesn't exclude the fact that they made the conscious decision of putting those gameplay styles in the game, or have the conscious decision to make Heroes a slippery mess. That is their conscious decision. They made that like that. And I stand my ground on my opinion. And I would love to actually hear what you all have to say in the comments, because I do read all the comments that I get. And I want to know more. I want to know more on what you guys think. Because I don't think those games deserve to be anywhere near S tier, except for Adventure, because that was their first attempt. And for their first attempt, they did knock it out of the park. Anyways, Back to Village. Perfect timing for my hot takes to end. Wait a minute. Are those 2 villages, like, right next to each other? Hell yes. But anyways, back to the game. This is probably just gonna be how my recording sessions are gonna go. Just me sharing either stories, opinions, hot takes, like that. I mean, that was probably the hottest one I could throw out. Or just general ideas of what I want to do in the future. And I'm gonna let you guys decide if that's a good idea or not. So that's pretty much just gonna be what's gonna be happening. Anyways, I'm just gonna steal everything you guys have, and I'm gonna make a base right next to your houses. I always put my, like, houses next to villages because I don't want to travel the entire world just to find a village and bring a villager painfully back home. Like, I don't want to do that. Spoiler alert, that's not fun. It's really not fun to do. Do, 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 do. Ooh, hello. Excuse me, Mr. Librarian, I am taking your books. These books are expensive and I want to use them myself. Thank you for your patience. And I should also take the hay bales with me too. But one thing at a time. I'm not killing the iron golem because I'm not that confident. You should eat. Okay, so far, the seed, I know I've been walking around for a while, but it's not that bad. By the way, I'm going to leave recorded stuff like this a little bit unedited because everything I say in these recordings won't be live, so you can't like watch a full version of it. So the edits I will do will probably be like small ones, like me being quiet for a long time or something. But let me know what you guys think about this idea of me recording different games but then streaming others. Like, let me know what you think in the comments. I would love to know, like, every bit of feedback there is, so that I can improve on them a bunch in the future. And also the music in the back. I thought Cyberspace perfect, because it's good music, upbeat music. I can listen to this anytime. Oh, it's this song. Yeah, I remember this. Dun, 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 dun. Alright, so, after this village, we're gonna go over to that one, and then decide in which village we want to live. That's what's gonna happen. And then I'm gonna start working on my house. Okay, so... Dun, 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 dun. Let's see here. So we got that village all looted out. So let's move over to this one then.